If you can see the light reflecting off of my glasses, it is the ring light. Where do I start? Okay, my usual intro. Hi, I'm Lion Bunny, and today I will be drawing Kiki's delivery service. At least this scene, at least. I know my usual content is rather short, so if you come from my YouTube Shorts audience, hello, hi, hope you have a good time here. And if you are coming from my Instagram audience, then I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the blankness of my profile over there. This video will be more of a commentary, so you can just hang around, listen around, maybe get comfy if you'd like, because I will be explaining my process with this drawing. Anyway, let's get into it without making this intro too long. First up, sketch. My materials for this process are actually these pencil-like sticks. I'm not really fully sure what they're actually called. On like one side of them, you can actually see the values like 2H, HB, 4B. So if the values do change a bit while I'm doing my sketch, then you know why. It says 2B and HB, and my other one, where is it? I have more than just these. Where is it? Did it disappear? Did it despawn? Where'd it go? The overall sketching process is kind of boring to watch, so I'll just keep on rambling over it if you don't mind. So first off, I want to say that one of the reasons why I was doing this scene particularly is not just because I love the movie, it is also because of this artist named Yureko. I just picked an image from the movie, but I don't think she did that. I might be wrong. But anyway, she's an amazing digital artist, professional. She's the real deal. But anyway, back to the sketch. I have to say that a part of me slowly withered away in my chest. You know that part of you that slowly dies and slowly regrets everything the longer you draw something and then you question why you did it? That was basically me during the entire process of doing those I don't mean to say damn, excuse my French, those lovely buildings. Besides, if you know my pieces, you know that I do portraits, I do more realistic, not really realistic, but leaning towards that realistic / stylized realism kind of style for portraits, and keyword portraits. Doing this piece just basically took the difficulty for the backgrounds from here all the way to here. Like it was a lot. But this was a great practice for scale. So first up, scale. I actually normally don't do sketches. I try to not use pencil actually, because on the paper, if you do pencil at the bottom, it's really hard to do charcoal on top of that. How do I say it? The two mediums don't really mix together well. Like if you draw a line of pencil and then you draw like a charcoal on top of that, it will look very messy, and then will clearly see it on the bottom. You'll know what I mean when I might show it somewhere. But anyway, this was really good practice for my scale drawing. And while doing the sketch, I actually line up things with other things that I see are like level or equal. I just made it until it looked semi-accurate, or at least 50%. And by the way, the sketch took at least over 2 hours. You don't know how much I want to use a lasso tool and then just circle it and then drag it down a bit. I forgot how my angle kind of fit my drawing, so in the end I did this for nothing, because on camera you probably see that it looks like shit. But if you go to my angle and you see it right now, like more flat, and then at a different angle, it looks okay. But when I pulled it up, I saw how it actually looks like, and I basically just realized I wasted how many hours on nothing. It's probably just 1 hour, it's not even that bad. But I'm gonna have to erase all of it, but traditional art things, I'm gonna ask my mom, hold on. Okay, I'm back, and I just asked my mom, and then she says it's not bad, but also she said that she didn't see the reference picture, so she can't really compare, and I get that. And I said, well, it's a good thing you don't have the reference picture. Liquefy and liquefy, I need liquefy. Anyway, step 2, and by 2 I mean 2, 3, 4. which is the charcoal step as a whole. For this step, I kind of do everything at once. I normally start off basic and then just refine it as I go on, as I do with portraits, but for this Kiki drawing, I did it all at once when it came to certain parts. Yeah, I wrote it down in my script. And also with Kiki, you can see that I tried to focus on Kiki for a bit, but then I left her alone and then started doing the background instead. Because at first I felt really, really overwhelmed with such a big piece and I didn't know what to start with. But then I just kind of thought about the background and then I realized that the background, how it will be done, will influence how the character will look, like the lighting and all. And even though I'm following a reference and I perfectly know how the lighting will look, I just felt more comfortable doing the background first. But then if I did feel a bit tired doing the background constantly, I went back to Kiki and then like did her dress. I just found out I didn't record the entire process from when I just I hit the pause button, but then I forgot to hit record again. Second off, third off, where am I again? Blending. I have two tools that I use, my blending stump and my finger. And honestly, I think my finger, or at least our fingers, are the best blending tools we could have got. At least in my opinion. Of course, there's two ends of my blending stump, right? One of the ends actually is a bit more like soft, just more gentle like, with more like a softer edge on that side, right? But on the other side is actually a bit more of a hard edge. And then so between when I'm doing blending and stuff for portraits or whatever, if I want a soft edge to it or a harder edge. But I didn't really do that for this sketch. For this piece, I used my finger, especially my pinky, to like pat down the charcoal because it makes this really, really nice realism kind of rough texture to the hills at the back. Just this one part left and then I'll fix some stuff up and then I'm done. Let's go. And I made sure with the background to not make everything super smooth and clean. And this is the thing with texture. I know that the reference has more cleaner lines and shapes and all that, but that can also be influenced by color because in the reference you can more easily discern where the focal point is because of the lighter background and the darker dress on Kiki that will bring your eyes to her as the main point, and also the bright dash of red as her bow helps you train your eyes on her. But when things are monochromatic, that is all taken away. And I knew that with my medium charcoal, I don't have color. So instead of using color to discern like the focal point, background, middle ground, I have to use something else, and for me that was texture. So I made Kiki more clean and more cleanly rendered, not really having that rough texture pattern. I didn't like blend it with my finger or pat it down or anything because I wanted to make it different from the background, and I don't know if it helped at all, okay? In my mind it has, but I don't know if it really has if I did it differently. I differentiated the background and main character by difference in texture. I don't know if it made a difference, but in my mind it has. I did use my trusty charcoal blocks and they did like break during the process. And around this time I was drawing for hours upon hours, and it may not look like it because I'm wearing the same shirt every time in this clip, but but this took days, right? The only reason why I'm wearing the same shirt is because that is my art studio shirt where like paint, charcoal and everything can get on it, and then it won't make my other clothes dirty. So I just have one trusty shirt in this studio specifically, but this took days. So around this time I started to lose it a little bit. I started to laugh at one point, not because I'm going a bit unhinged, I mean, well, maybe, but I was just like really tired by this point. Oh yeah, also another note, feedback is so important. I should have said this at the beginning, but I didn't. But before I carried on with my sketch to charcoal, like the transition between those, I asked my mom what she thought of the sketch, and then she said it looks good. She likes the background and everything. So yeah, just knowing that it even looks okay is like a really big help. And also towards the end, I did change up very last minute Kiki's eyes because as for the feedback, my mom did say that her eyes looked a bit off, and also her hair. I did fix up her hair a little bit. I don't really think I did much. But for the eyes, I really changed it towards the end. It was not that big of a change, so really grateful for that. Also, I didn't want my hard drive to implode on itself, so I excluded some little clips here and there, but don't worry, I did choose the clips where it literally looks like I'm doing nothing and nothing is happening. You know when you look back on your art progress recording or video and then you just see what you're doing and then you don't even know what you're doing or working on? So you look back and it's like, what are you doing? Is that it? Maybe that's it. I mean, for my scripts, I feel like I could have added more, but my phone says that I already rambled for 23 minutes. Anyway, I believe that's it. I rambled for so long. I'm so sorry. It's nearly 25 minutes on my timer right now. On my camera, I mean. I didn't touch upon anatomy in this one. I'm so sorry because I don't think I did it that much in this piece. I just winged it. Kind of. That sounds so bad. I'm so sorry. And besides, I don't think I'm that good of a teacher to teach anatomy because there's hundreds of other really good creators out there that can give you better advice than I could ever give. And also, did you catch the 5 images of Gigi I put in the video? If you did, then leave it in the comments below. Anyway, if you watched until the end, thank you so much. That means the world. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.